Even doing this right now, getting out there and being able to teach and help others in the business world grow and find new concepts and get better is what I love talking about. What's that one big goal that we want to have as a business that we want to push towards? For us as a firm and as a business and as a leadership team, when we talked about the idea that, hey, we just really want to be profitable this year. And if that's turning a page for us, that will really push us forward. Having an actual defined number or a percentage bump up from LY or last year would actually be really helpful.
I think it can be really challenging for businesses to take the big picture goal and be able to translate it down to the team, and even further giving them those process goals, those action items, so that
Yeah.
they can help contribute to the bigger pictures.
You cannot fear repetition because you're basically going to rinse and repeat this thing over and over and over again. So whatever your 1 to 3 process goals are each day, you're going to rinse and repeat them. And you have to be intentional about it.
It's one thing to
Yeah.
hold yourself accountable and do your little checklist,
Right.
and
Right.
but it's a whole
Yeah.
other thing to make sure that a whole company is on track.
If we can set ourselves up by realizing what things we're actually doing well, it'll make us better performers. It's a really practical way to go about doing it. And then I want to talk for a minute too, just about the idea of, I think there at times we had a little bit of confusion and pushback too on the idea of, is my process goal, like for us, we have customers who, are clients that come in and we have cases to work on or what have you. So, and most people too will have customers where they've got to do X. Are there 2 clients or 1 client that I could call a day and just do a touch base, do a follow up with? Like, how was your experience? Okay, is there an old client that I could reach out to as a former client as a possible referral source?
When they
Yeah.
have that big picture thing focusing them and
Yep.
orienting them, they can take those everyday moments and make them
Yes.
mean something and go a step further because they
Great.
know what they are going for.
The thing we always want is facts, not feelings. Because after a week, you may be like, oh my gosh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever felt. This is ridiculous. It's never going to work. That's a feeling state. We need facts and data to show, is this going to work or not?
To have that reality check on the other side of the table from people who care about your organization, it's such a powerful aspect of what you can do as a small business.
The fix it team can be really eye opening because it's that idea as an owner and as leadership. Sometimes we don't know what we don't know. It's not a complaining session, it's a fix it session. We're not there to gripe. We're there to help figure out anytime an employee has an issue, then they can bring up that one problem to you. They have to create 3 solutions. And then when they do that, though, too, you just ask them, which one of those do you like the best? One problem, 3 solutions, and then one ultimate solution that they go out and try. One of the biggest complaints is for lawyers and law firms is lack of communication. And so if we have people now that are reaching out consistently, we're getting a better experience. We're finding out more information. So what's that ultimately going to do to our bottom line? It's going to raise our profitability up because it's going to bring in more revenue in the long run. We want to honor our time and we want to honor everybody else's time. So when there's an appointment set, like a process goal, we leave that person alone. It's not time to interrupt with phone calls or do other things like that. I heard this interesting definition of success. It was a 2-parter from this book I just read, but one of his second part was this idea of, I know that I'll be successful when I don't have to worry. And I was like, it was a fascinating like thought piece for me. As you sit there on your laptop or your iPad and review your numbers, you have to sit there and go, that was pretty freaking awesome. Every day you're a step further than where you were the day before. And so if you give yourself a little bit of grace and just say, I have movement, I've moved and I'm better today than I was yesterday, then it's totally a win.
Being able to treat yourself with the same grace and respect and celebration as you would your employees.
I know that I'm further along today down the road than I was before, which is awesome. There's enough business out there for everybody to do very well, everyone, and we can all do it. So there's no need for the undercutting or anything like that.
When you're in that little island of scale, having a place like this podcast, having a place, a community that you can go to, having people that you can share your problems and celebrate those wins is just a game changer when it comes down to ultimately reaching that level of success that you're wanting to.
Discomfort is the currency. The reality is that you actually do own a seat at that table because you're in that room right now and you have some life experience to give somebody in that room that could help them in some way.
Before we go, I want to take a moment to talk about something crucial for every local business: your Google business profile. Managing your Google business profile can be overwhelming and time consuming, whether it's setting it up correctly or troubleshooting verification issues. And if it's not done right, you're missing out on potential customers who can't find you online. That's why we've put together a free Google business profile guide. This guide is designed to help you set up and manage your profile effortlessly, ensuring you attract more local customers. Inside, you'll find step-by-step instructions from our experts on creating and optimizing your profile, tips for troubleshooting common issues like verification and suspension, strategies for making your profile stand out, and a checklist to help you keep on track of everything that you need to do to have a live Google business profile. Don't let a poorly managed Google business profile hold your business back. Download our free guide today under succeedingsmall.co/GBP guide. That's GBP guide, all one word.